Boston with Stan Van Gundy. You asked your guys pregame to play harder than Boston. What did you think from that end?
Well, the biggest problem is we're not running back on defense. I mean, and we missed several defensive assignments, and they're on the free throw line all the time. I mean, if it's going to be fast break layups and free throws, we're not going to win.
Stan, thanks. Mike?
All right, Doris, 11 free throws in the first half for Boston. Rondo took 3 of them. Right now, though, he's got some ice on him as he took that hard fall going to the basket. And he's out of the game. Tony Allen in his place. As is Nate Robinson, too. And the Celtics have tried different backup point guards. They don't have a real pure backup point guard. As Redick puts it up, that won't go. Redick, who shot the ball so well in this series and has been maybe the most consistent Magic player, and he's 0 for 3 tonight.
And that was a poor play by Tony Allen, but he got away with it.
Pierce on the drive, kicks it out. Robinson left open. Davis, the offensive board, back out. Tony Allen inside. Glenn Davis banks it in. Good pass from Tony Allen.
You know, Coach and I both felt that Nate Robinson gave quality minutes in Orlando. Fresh into basketball, made wise decisions on the offensive end, and little things like that. You find yourself being called on by the coach because he can trust you.
Ball poked away by Davis. Allen has it. Allen on the drive, goes right into Redick. Offensive foul. J.J. Redick draws the charge. Let's listen to a Stan Van Gundy huddle.
We're not making a good enough effort. Hey, and everything's a foul or on the line. Come on. Hey, listen, we're okay if we play, but we're not into the fight yet.
They were into the fight the last 2 games. His voice is almost gone, and it's early in the second.
At least my brother and I, my brothers and I, we sound alike a little bit. Where's your voice like that?
Oh, hey, I'm not under the stress of the playoffs. I'm on easy street right here.
Redick gets 1 to go, and it's an 11-point Boston lead. Rasheed Wallace to the basket, blocked by Gortat, but Pierce with the rebound.
And really the difference, those are the type of plays that the Magic were coming up with. All of a sudden, it's the Celtics.
Robinson to Davis, misses the layup. Robinson had a layup himself.
I thought that was the right play, though.
Carter gets inside and draws the foul.
Good crossover away from the screen by Robinson. Draws Howard. That's the right play. And I don't know if Glenn Davis just mistimed where he wanted to shoot it over the rim, or if he thought Howard was coming to block. But either way, I've really been impressed. And I'm going to say this. I was never a fan of watching Nate Robinson play with the Knicks. I thought he was always trying to put on a sideshow instead of playing the game. But he's a talent, and I think he has benefited from being in this disciplined Celtic system. And I think even though he hasn't gotten minutes, it's going to help him long-term in his career.
We come to the arenas 2.5 hours before the games. He's out there working hard and trying to get better. He had a role when he first got here, then was completely out of the rotation, but it hasn't stopped him from working.
And you're 100% right, because I look even a step further. On the sideline, when he's not playing, when he's on the bench, the guy is into the ball game. He's cheering, he's clapping, he's communicating. That's big time for Nate Robinson.
Sets up for 3, knocks it down right on cue. He is a superb athlete. Fires up the crowd, fires up himself. Celtics 4 of 6 from downtown. They're up a dozen.
If you build it, it will come. Nate Robinson off the pick and roll. Nobody in sight. Jameer Nelson, you know the rules. Hand down, man down. Nate Robinson having fun and showing off.
We only use a fraction of our brain's true potential. Now in a dream, our mind can do almost anything. It's called Inception. and I can access your mind through your dreams.
They're not prepared for this.
Inception, rated PG-13, in theaters and IMAX, July 16.
Hi.
The $2 meal deal, is that really 3 items for $2?
Sure is.
So I buy a beefy 5-layer burrito and drink, and you throw in the chips for free?
No, you pay for the burrito and chips, and you get the drink for free.
Actually, the drink and the chips are $2 and the burrito is free.
Tell you what, just give me $2 and it's all free.
3 items, $2. Now that's a deal.
Let's do it.
Taco Bell's $2 meal deal. 4 different meals to choose from, each with a Taco Bell original Doritos chips and a medium soda. It's 3 for $2 and only at Taco Bell.
I love all the gadgets.
Check out the backup cam.
Show me the Carfax.
Oh, yeah. Can you show me the Carfax?
Oh, sunglass holder. For sunglasses.
Just show me the Carfax.
A Carfax vehicle history report can help you choose a great used car. Learn about accidents, service records, and previous owners reported to Carfax. It's free at thousands of reputable dealers. Just say, show me the Carfax.
The moon is full tonight.
This Tuesday,
Do you believe in curses?
own The Wolfman Unrated on 2-disc Blu-ray and unleash the power of your HD TV. Own the 2-disc unrated Wolfman.
The beast will have his day.
Three-pointer out front.
The first trio of brothers to all have World Series rings.
Faith and hope and charity.
Get in here! 1-0 lead.
You get 3. That's the magic number. 3.
Now 3 will mean even more to sports.
Will there be a Game 7 on Sunday night? If there is, if the Magic win tonight, we'll have it for you on ESPN. Our coverage begins 7:30 Eastern, Kia NBA shoot-around. Tip-off from Orlando shortly after 8:30. Celtics and the Magic in the Eastern Conference Finals. As Boston now up by 12 with Rajon Rondo banged up a bit. Nate Robinson comes in. He's only played sporadically in the playoffs, but it's a big shot for Boston here.
Well, that's a little too much space. Jameer Nelson can't play Nate Robinson the same way as he plays Rondo. And Nate, I like what you're doing. You don't got to fire up the crowd. Go sit down and get ready for the next play.
See, now I totally disagree with that. And I'm sure that Doc Rivers disagreed with it because he's thinking if you're over there and you're into this game, this is not the New York Knicks where you're losing 100 games. You're an impact player. You're into your team. You've earned the right by your play to celebrate as long as you continue to follow the game.
Carter knocks down his first field goal.
I mean, we watch this playoff basketball. We watch this every single night. Guys make plays and they get excited.
I don't want to see my 11th man posing. Just ball.
Robinson, nice pass inside. It wasn't the most beautiful thing to watch from Garnett, but he got it to go for his first field goal. And Nate Robinson has been a nice spark off the bench.
Hey, Mike, I know this guy next to me as a coach. The plays that Nate Robinson has made so far, the play to Big Baby that was unsuccessful, the jumper, as how it's called.
Thought it was going to be a travel, instead it's an offensive foul.
It should have been a traveling violation instead of an offensive foul, but certainly Howard. Good defense by Rasheed Wallace. And that's a traveling violation. But my point is, the plays being made by Nate Robinson, the jumper, the drop-off pocket pass to Kevin Garnett, the play to Baby Davis, wasn't able to finish. This guy next to me would be thinking, go ahead and dance, Nate. Those are legitimate plays that this guy is making when it matters most.
I'm never like a dancer. Like, I'm never like poser. I wasn't into your helicopter, but if you make enough good plays and you've earned credibility over time, fly. You can fly, you can helicopter, but one thing that held him back is his own hubris. He's got to just be like more next play, like he's doing.
Redick strips Tony Allen. By the way, that foul on Howard was his second. There was some confusion that it may have been a travel, but Mike Callahan called the charge, so 2 fouls. And a loose ball foul was called on Nate Robinson. Let's take a look. He wanted a jump ball. You see the left arm grabbing around. Well, you can't grab the guy around his waist.
That's
like
a jump ball. But that's a big foul call on Howard.
Carter tries again. Carter now 1 for 4. Robinson steps up for 3. It's good. Nate Robinson off the bench. A huge spark for the Celtics. They go up by 15.
He can dance now. Let him dance. I'm all for it. No, this guy's playing. And his defense has been better than his offense.
Harassing Nelson. Was that a double dribble? Nope. They call a foul on Robinson. They're trying to tell him not to argue. Robinson, that's who got himself in trouble in New York sometimes too with officials. Played great defense. I thought it was a double dribble.
And Doc Rivers feels the same exact way, and you're 100% right. The pressure, but Nate Robinson again in transition. You can dance if you want to, says Jeff Van Gundy. Outstanding job. And you talk about Rondo also on the sideline, loving the way his replacement is playing.
By the way, Rondo's not hurt. I mean, obviously he got hurt, but it's not keeping him out. He's just resting right now. Nelson out to Lewis. Another turnover. That's 6 for Orlando. Pierce on the drive. Garnett tips it in. The lead is ballooned to 17. Dwight Howard with the 2 fouls quickly gets back off the bench. He's going to return. But not before Stan Van Gundy wants to target over. Nate Robinson in 4 minutes off the bench. 6 points. A nice assist, and he has sparked this crowd as well here at the TD Garden. Robinson acquired from the Knicks in that trade. They gave up a popular player in Eddie House. He has always shown an explosive ability on the floor, and he's doing it here in Game 6.
The challenge makes you stronger.
Every day, every moment.
You want my belt? Come and get it.
So, you want to be a fighter? This is how.
Rated T for teen.
PlayStation.
Defending Indy 500 champ Elio Castanevis and the stars of the IZOD IndyCar Series return to the sport's biggest stage, 94th running of the Indy 500 and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Sunday, May 30th at noon Eastern on ABC. Quick timeout. Orlando in a hole. Nelson falls down, and a backcourt violation. His body hit the half-court line. And another turnover for Orlando.
And how could you tell a guy playing like this on both ends of the floor to calm it down? The reason why he's able to do this is because of that energy. So I understand that energy, that passion gets him in trouble. But he's out there dominating this game on both ends.
And you're like a bad parent. I already said I was sorry. You keep telling me I'm wrong. I already said I was wrong.
Robinson fires away again. Garnett keeps it alive. Ball still loose. Redick and Garnett go crashing. Good hustle from both players. And the fans trying to help out there. Redick went flying in. And I believe it's Boston ball. A couple of fans taking some charges there.
Oh,
and of course,
do you get a refund if your drink gets knocked over?
That's a very good question. Wow, that guy took some shot. That's a double charge. He deserves freebies for the rest of the night. I mean, that's a direct hit. Sometimes you can get out of the way a little bit.
But those fans, like that man right there, he didn't even try to put his body in front and save his, Kevin Garnett.
He's still trying to clean everything up. Well, apparently he's okay. So Boston will inbound with the new 24. He's going to be very popular at the office tomorrow.
I say the owners of the Celtics should buy that man whatever he was drinking.
I say it's not going to happen.
Come on, Wick. Break out the wallet.
Wick Grossback, one of the owners for the Boston Celtics, in his courtside seat. Coming up on 5 minutes gone by here in the second. So far, it has been all Boston. Pierce taking his time, pulls up, puts it in. 19-point lead.
And Nate Robinson's pressure on Jameer Nelson, his pick-and-roll defense has been better than Rondo.
Carter, Tony Allen in pursuit. Good ball denial from Robinson, forcing the turnover. Picks it up. Oh, hard foul. And they call a flagrant.
And right there, if you're Jameer Nelson, you can't take that foul. That's your third.
The crowd enjoying every minute of Nate Robinson's performance off the bench. Rondo able to rest a little more. And it's going to be a flagrant foul. 2 shots and the ball. His ball denial was the key to that turnover.
And I don't think that's a flagrant foul either.
You saw Nelson trying to help him up at the end.
There was no wind-up. There was a little impact and certainly no follow-through.
So now the 2 free throws. And then Boston will get possession with 6:34 remaining in the second. They've blown this one wide open. A 20-point lead. An unlikely man, the one to spark it. Doc Rivers kept saying when Robinson was first acquired, at some point, he's going to win a playoff game for us. He kept saying that. And right now, Robinson doing a good job giving him this huge lead here in the first half.
Well, he's changed the game in this first half. And not just offensive. If we would have told you when he was playing with the Knicks that Nate Robinson is going to change a big-time playoff game, and he's going to do it mostly because of his defense, somebody would have got slapped. But he certainly is doing it because he's extending it, so forcing with pressure, taking them out of that pick-and-roll offense, and then offensively making every proper read.
Robinson's going to be a free agent after this year. He was a restricted free agent last season, didn't get any offers. Knicks signed him to the 1-year deal, and then they traded him, as we said earlier. Rasheed Wallace. Magic with just 25 points, and we played almost 18 minutes. Allen, good move to the basket.
Every time he's had Garnett on him, he's gotten a quality look. The level of physicality by Garnett is not what it is by Perkins, Big Baby Davis, and Rasheed Wallace.
Robinson's play enables Rondo to stay on the bench. Oh, he does it again! Points in 6 minutes. Crowd on its feet once again. Howard calling for the ball. Carter on the drive. Draws the foul. Count it and one. Flipped it up. Doc Rivers didn't want a continuation, but Carter's going to get a chance for a 3-point play. Nate Robinson, all 5 feet 9 inches of him. One of the smallest players in the NBA, playing big here tonight in Game 6.
Hey, this is just, again, too much airspace by Jason Williams. Good balance by Nate Robinson. Hey, the guy had 40 points in a game this year at Atlanta. He could score the ball.
The before, the swagger, the flow,
The B vitamins and carbs to ignite. The expectation. The destiny. The during. The statement. The struggle. The hustle. The toll. The fuel to perform. The original Gatorade. The after. The chill. The gratitude. The resolve. The electrolytes to hydrate. The protein to recover. Introducing the G Series from Gatorade. Prime, perform, recover.
Hi, welcome to IHOP. Table for 3?
IHOP stacking up pancakes, cheesecake, fruit, and whipped toppings with new pancake stackers. Served with all your favorites, we took the value you love and topped it.
Make it a table for 5.
IHOP. Come hungry, leave happy.
Granola nut clusters from Nature Valley. 100% natural nuts and granola in bite-sized clusters. It's a little bit of nature, a little bit better. And nature approves. Granola nut clusters from Nature Valley.
Yeah, journey about to begin right now. We've been through a lot of wars.
Battling at the best, struggles and success.
And then hit rock bottom. Now you gotta build back up.
Stick with it. You can't stop.
Get back to the top again.
Keep on rolling. You can't stop.
You play these games to win.
And being on that journey, that's what it's all about.
A 19-point lead for the Boston Celtics, and a big part of the lead after their all-star point guard went to the bench. He got things started, played very well in the first quarter, but injured himself on a hard fall, and Nate Robinson's come off the bench and done the job. Both point guards, Mark.
Well, tough move by Rondo. Takes the spill. Doc calls on Nate Robinson. Comes in ready to play. Offensively, knocking down the shot. Pick and roll. On-point pass to KG. In transition. Stop and pop, knock down, jump shot. Having his way, and Rondo's thinking, do that dance, Gator. Rondo, excited. Nate Robinson, 6 minutes, 10 big points, but the most important part of his game has been defensively. He set the tone for the Celtics.
He only had 6 points in the series in the first 5 games, but 10 points already. During the playoffs, he's only played in 9 of the games, averaging under 3 a game. Just hasn't received a lot of minutes, but called upon tonight, and boy, has he come through for Boston. Garnett. Several foot fakes. Nobody goes for it. Good defense from Howard. 2 on the shot clock. Wallace. That won't go. Robinson tips it out of bounds. Orlando ball.
The thing to realize, understanding the history of this Magic team, they are more than capable of going on great runs. So if you're the Celtics, you have to make sure you continue to play fundamentally sound basketball.
Howard blocked by Wallace. Robinson on the drive, falls back. It's good. Nate Robinson with a dozen points. Incredible performance off the bench. Howard fouled by Pierce. His second. And Howard to the line.
Good move by Howard, spinning. Wallace blocks it, and then Nate Robinson takes a very difficult Steve Nash-like 1-foot pull-up and knocks it in.
I tell you, according to the rules where you can't touch these guards, there's no way to defend guys like Nate Robinson when he's on fire. Uses the speed, can knock down the jump shot, and then can also finish.
4:33 remaining. As Howard hits the free throw, log on to NBA.com. You experience the most comprehensive playoff coverage on the web, including live press conferences after every game, in-depth analysis of every series, and much more. Rondo again, after being hurt, he continues to get rest because Robinson is playing so well. Doc Rivers doesn't need to take him out.
He doesn't, but if they need Rondo in the second half, and it doesn't look like right now they're going to, he may well be too stiff to get loose, depending on how hard that ball really tightened him up.
Robinson blocked by Howard, but a foul. 3 on Howard. Robinson challenging the Defensive Player of the Year in the NBA.
Big time move, using the speed, splits the pick and roll. Howard comes over, went straight up, but on the way down, brought both arms down.
That's no foul.
That's a foul. A little bit of contact on that right arm with both arms coming down.
Wow. Former slam dunk champions going at each other. Robinson battles in the free throw. Howard will sit with the 3 fouls, perhaps for the final 4:22.
And exactly what Kenny Mauer is telling him. It was fine straight up, but when you brought both arms down, the foul was committed.
You know, that game you talked about with Robinson with the Knicks when he scored the 41 points, that was off the bench for the Knicks.
After sitting out like 13 or 14 straight games. Hey, Vince Carter's got to do it right now or they're not going to last until halftime.
Carter just 2 of 5 from the field. He's got to the line a few times. 5 on the shot clock. Carter against Pierce. Leans in. Nice move. Bank shot won't go. Perkins the rebound. Robinson ahead to Pierce. Robinson wants the ball. He's hyperventilating out there. Pierce. Robinson for 3. Ooh, wow. Williams comes down the other way, and Jason Williams answers back. And that's such a huge bucket as the Magic will try and slice into this lead before the end of the half. Their first 3-pointer. Doc Rivers calls a timeout. Nate Robinson off the bench doing the job for the All-Star point guard Rajon Rondo as the Magic now trail 51-35.
The team that no one believed in.
Times change, and we need to change as well.
A triumph that united a nation.
How do we inspire greatness?
He didn't want us to win the World Cup.
This is our destiny. Invictus. Buy it on Blu-ray and rent it with Movies on Demand.
People get excited about tomorrow. I love yesterday. Yesterday holds the answers. On a smarter planet, we can compare trillions of pieces of data about the past with what is happening now to help anticipate infectious disease, potential blackouts, when a delivery will arrive. I use the past to predict the future. I'm an IBMer. Let's build a smarter planet.
Granola nut clusters from Nature Valley. 100% natural nuts and granola in bite-sized clusters. It's a little bit of nature, a little bit better. And nature approves. Granola nut clusters from Nature Valley.
Declared war.
Our victory is at hand.
But legend tells of one who can master all the elements and defeat them.
If he's real, he's just one person.
Destroy him.
The Last Airbender in 3D. Also playing in 2D.
Coming up at halftime, Stuart Scott, Magic Johnson, John Barry, Michael Wilbon. The guys will have the Toyota halftime show. First half analysis of this Game 6 from Boston. And then an interview with Derek Fisher going for another ring with the Lakers, all coming up on the Toyota halftime show. Magic down by 16 as Rajon Rondo is going to come back in the game. Even though the big deficit, Stan Van Gundy telling the team to hang in there.
There's a lot of time. You gotta play every possession. You gotta fight, not just be in the right spot. We gotta try to get this thing under 2.5. All right, let's go.
Howard will sit most likely for the rest of the half as he has 3 fouls. Marcin Gortat is in there with Lewis, Barnes, Jason Williams, and Vince Carter.
You think about it, the point guards of the Celtics have scored half of their points.
Jameer Nelson on the bench with 3 fouls. Pierce misses. He wanted a foul.
And I thought Carter got fouled on his drive, and I thought Pierce got fouled on that drive as well.
Lewis. Carter on the drive, gets to the basket, banks it in. And just like that, it's 14.
I like Carter's mindset, continuing to look to put the ball on the floor. He's a big-time scorer, so if you're the Celtics, you don't want to allow him to get it going.
Carter didn't score in the first period, has 9 points here in the second. Ray Allen looking to get something going. Nice left-hand drive from Allen. He has 8 points.
Carter's upset, feeling like there was a legal screen by Kendrick Perkins, and he does have a case.
Again, Jameer Nelson and Dwight Howard both with 3 personal fouls for Orlando. That one goes over the top. Celtic ball.
You see the pick and roll. Kendrick Perkins, an outstanding screener, but a little extra, and Carter certainly has a case as Ray Allen allowed to go around the help of Gortat, who must do a better job of containing Ray Allen off that pick and roll.
And I thought Jason Williams should have gone back to Carter on that possession.
Good entry pass to Pierce, and Barnes commits the foul. First foul on Barnes.
That is his first personal, 3rd team foul.
Doc Rivers talked about defense. We've got to get back to playing good defense. Felt that was not the case. First 3 games, they were superb defensively. It's always been their calling card last several years since they won the championship, since Kevin Garnett came here. They're playing some excellent defense here in the first half as Pierce hits the free throw. Of course, part of that, not just Garnett, but assistant coach Tom Thibodeau. And there's lots of word that Thibodeau perhaps could be close to becoming the new coach of the New Orleans Hornets. He's already interviewed with them once. Rivers was raving about his assistant the other day, saying nobody works harder than Tom Thibodeau. 18-point Boston lead as we come up on 2 minutes remaining in the second. Carter, nice pass to Gortat. And Ray Allen with the foul.
That's another good play by Vince Carter. Good movement without the ball. Nice pocket pass.
The Orlando Magic have come from behind before. Game 1 of the series, they were down 20. Cut it down to 2 late in the game. As we look at that play again.
A good move by Carter. Nice pocket pass. Gortat fouled. And on those plays there, as a big guy, you got to get some 3-point plays. You know, they missed one of the 2 free throws. You got to think about how you can finish with strength through the contact.
2 minutes to play in the quarter.
Pierce wants the ball. Ray Allen with Carter in pursuit. Allen jump shot. In and out. Lewis the rebound. Barnes fakes. Rifles it out to Carter for 3. That's good. Vince Carter, 12 points here in the second quarter. And the lead cut to 14.
A good read by Matt Barnes, putting the ball on the floor and finding Vince Carter all by himself in the corner.
They missed their first 4 from downtown, but have hit their last 2. Remember, they had 13 3-pointers in game 5. Garnett. That won't go. Perkins battles for the offensive board. Rondo, nice pass, Perkins. Ball poked away by Lewis. Picked up by Carter. Lewis fires away.
To me, that was a poor fast break. That should have been a layup right there.
Here's a reset. We're under a minute remaining here in the first half of Game 6. Shot clock at 5. Garnett, bank shot won't go. Perkins with the tip misses. Still loose and Gortat comes away.
Good effort by Matt Barnes. He didn't get the rebound, but he kept the ball alive.
Carter, who has been invisible offensively in games 4 and 5, erupting here in the second quarter with 12 points. Carter drives. Wild shot. He's fouled by Perkins. Second on Perkins. And more free throws for Vince Carter. He's only taken 2 free throws in games 4 and 5 combined. He'll have 5 here in the first half.
This is the right mindset, though, to close out the half, put the ball on the floor, and continue to attack. It's a good job of going to the body of Kendrick Perkins, and his aggressiveness is rewarded because he's going to the line to try to close this gap.
If the Magic work their way back into making this a competitive game, they're going to thank Vince Carter for these last 3 minutes once Howard went out. He has carried them offensively.
Well, you're the Magic right now with 12.6 seconds to go in this half. Docker is deciding to go small with Nate Robinson in the game. You have a foul to give. Take it at its proper time and do not allow the Celtics to run this clock down.
Perkins will sit after picking up his second foul. We saw Nate Robinson back in. Robinson with the 13 points off the bench. Michael Petrus comes in as well.
And everybody in blue should be aware of the fact that they have a foul to give. This could be the difference between winning and losing. You have to know these situations.
Allen the rebound. Boston will hold it for the final shot of the half. Rondo flips it up. Bad shot, Carter the rebound, and that will end the first half. Nate Robinson and the Boston Celtics built a 21-point lead. Dwight Howard in foul trouble. Jameer Nelson in foul trouble. The Magic chipping away slowly in the second quarter thanks to Vince Carter's 13 points in the second period. And Boston's lead at halftime cut to 13 at 55-42. Rondo had that great start in the first quarter, but then hurt himself on a drive to the basket. Nate Robinson came in, picked up the slack. Just a scintillating performance from Robinson, and he's with Doris Burke.
It certainly was, Mike. Nate, you don't play in games 1 and 2 and minimal minutes in the rest of the 3 games. How do you come in and have that kind of impact?
God. I mean, believe it or not, big firm believer in Jesus Christ. So he just told me to be patient and wait for my number to be called and be ready to play.
As much as your offense was an important part of what you did, your defense on the pick and roll with Jameer was equally important. What were you thinking there?
Big thing about that, coach, is like, focus on defense, your offense will come. So I just wanted to be, a pest out there. I wanted to make everything, hard for him to come off and score, get the other guys involved, and I did that. My teammates been real supportive of me, my coaching staff, everybody, and I just want to thank everybody that always been there for me and, stuck through thick and thin.
Nate, thanks. Mike, contrary to what Jeff Van Gundy says, God does not hate the Boston Celtics.
As Robinson, in his first 4 years with the Knicks, they never made the playoffs, so he never got to taste the postseason. He's had a little taste so far here in Boston, but nothing like this here in the first half. 13 points off the bench. That'll be part of what the guys talk about in the Toronto halftime show. Stewart, Magic, John, and Michael will have first half analysis of this Game 6. Let's do a look at the Western Conference Finals and an interview with Derek Fisher. All coming up. It's Game 6. The Boston Celtics, for the 3rd straight game, trying to get a victory and advance to the NBA Finals. Meanwhile, Orlando trying to force the tie and set up a Game 7. 2 quarters complete. Celtics by 13.
Granola nut clusters from Nature Valley. 100% natural nuts and granola in bite-sized clusters. It's a little bit of nature, a little bit better. And nature approves. Granola nut clusters from Nature Valley.
Getting a bartender's attention is an art form where boldness is rewarded and the meat go thirsty. The waving of cash is considered unimaginative. There's the Vegas hit me, the charade technique, the prairie dog, the periscope, the third base coach. Some resort to phoning the bar, which has been known to backfire. But whatever your technique, tip well and enjoy the beer that starts with full flavor and ends with a crisp, clean finish. It's what we do. Budweiser.
Shrek! I think I'm going crazy.
Donkey. Finally something we can agree upon.
Yeah! It's like outside forces have taken control.
Turn the fun of DreamWorks Shrek Forever After
Make it stop, Shrek.
into endless delight with these cool glasses only from McDonald's.
I got a date with a hot apple pie.
They're only $1.99 each, so collect all 4.
It's contagious.
Cheers.
Never speak of this to anyone.
Well, 501 honey clusters? Yes.
But it
Can't
can't
have
have.
about half a day's worth of fiber? I assure you it does.
I can only
taste the crunchy clusters, honey, and brown sugar. No, madam, I don't have ESP.
501. Cardboard no, delicious yes.
Saturday, bragging rights are on the line as 43 teams look to leave their mark at the track NASCAR calls home. Coming off a dominating win at Dover, reigning series champ Kyle Busch closes in on points leader Brad Keselowski, while Kevin Harvick goes gunning for his 3rd win of the season at NASCAR's mile-and-a-half Beast of the Southeast. The nationwide series at Charlotte. Coverage begins Saturday at 2 Eastern on ABC.
Previously on Toyota Sports Connection.
We know it's going to be a battle and a fight from start to finish.
You're facing tough pitchers every night. I'm glad I'm not facing our pitching staffs.
I would like to keep last year, let it be last year. They just keep grinding it out, man.
Everything that I've gone through has helped me grow up and helped me mature.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
Nobody covers local sports like we do. Hardcore. Toyota Sports Connection, live every night at 11, only on Bright House Sports Network, Channel 47.
I get calls. Jack, you sell Hondas? We sell Hyundais, but it's a lot more car for a lot less money.
Spring has sprung, and Fitzgerald is celebrating with 2 exciting lease offers. Drive a brand new 2010 Elantra, nicely equipped for only $139 a month. Or choose the all-new 2011 Sonata. Pay only $169 a month.
So you can't go wrong with a Hyundai, particularly at the prices we charge. That's the Fitz way.
The Fitz way. There's just no better way to go.